Alright, so I figured out how we enjoy the rest of the Formula One season from here. Vettel has been so dominant the entire season so far, from practice to qualifying to race. And so the key from here on out to enjoying Formula One is to just not pay attention to him, to just not care that he dominates qualifying or that he, wins race after race after race, because we're missing out on so many other great things by, people are saying this is getting boring. And, well, it's getting boring if you're looking at who's winning races or who's leading. But if you look at what's going on down the field, there was a really good scrap for second place in Valencia. And Sauber and Toro Rosso were doing great things with different strategies, and Jaime Alguersuari started 18th and he finished 8th, and that should be a story. It should be more of a story. We should be very excited to follow that, but instead it's Vettel's out in the lead again, and we're focusing on the wrong thing. People think that it's boring, and it is boring if you look at who's winning races. I mean, Vettel could literally, he's 77 points ahead. You get 25 points for a race win. He could literally not race the next 3 races and still be leading in the Drivers' Championship. So we just ignore him. But the teams can't ignore him. The teams need to keep pushing. The same way that Jenson Button proved in Canada, that if you stay on his heels, if he makes a mistake, you can be there to capitalize. And that's important for them, because we saw it in some of the press releases and press conferences this week where drivers were saying, we can't keep up with him. There's nothing we can do to sail him. And then they'd, reporters would turn around, so you've given up. And then they'd say, no, I'm going to keep fighting. And that's what they need to do. They need to, because Jenson Button had a lead. I need to get a statistician out. In 2009, he had a huge lead. He, won a bunch of the first few races and just kept hauling in points. And then towards the end, it started narrowing. And nobody knows how the, blown diffuser ban is going to affect the teams relative to one another. And, they have to keep pushing. But for us, we need to start enjoying the other races. The other, there were great battles. Perez ended up going on a completely different tire strategy. And that stuff is enjoyable, and that's really what the fun of Formula One is, the battles that go on in these races. And so, as we look to Silverstone, I know it's still a week away. Practice is 8 days away, but we need to start looking at other things to enjoy, because Vettel's got this sewn up. I mean, as long as he doesn't, as long as he keeps finishing podiums for the next, the rest of the season, I don't think there's anybody that can challenge him. He just has a faster car. I mean, even than his teammate. He's just able to get those couple tenths ahead in qualifying and then, stay there for the race. So let's start focusing on other things, other enjoyable things, because if we keep looking to see, if we base all of our excitement on who's winning races, well, that's not to detract from Seb. I just think that he's so dominant that it gets boring if that's all you're looking at. If you're looking at who's on the top step of the podium, you're missing out on all the other good stuff. So that's the key to enjoying the rest of the season. Talk to you guys later.